Hey guys, it's Dave again. We're going to be discussing building blocks to excel at life. If this is the first time that you have watched one of my videos, this is the DadAdvice channel, a community created to help each other learn and grow while helping teach our children with our knowledge and experience. So welcome. Discussing building blocks to excel at life. The reason I wanted to discuss this morning was because I see some common elements, we can say generic elements or characteristics or traits for people that excel in multiple fields, including what I excel in myself. We're just going to break them down so you can utilize them to excel at certain areas of your life or succeed at certain areas of your life. Elon Musk said a quote that's always stuck with me, and he is talking about understanding something, and the question to him, and I'm going to paraphrase this all, the question to him was, how do you understand all these different businesses that you run with Tesla and SpaceX and still have a high level of knowledge? And his response was, you have to understand the basics, and he was relating it to a tree. He said you have to understand the basics first, i.e. the trunk of the tree, before you get into the details, the leaves and the small branches. You have to understand the trunk and the large branches, or else the leaves don't have anything to hang on. So that's our first building block, is understanding, having a generic or a basic understanding of what you're trying to excel at. If you don't understand them, then you're more likely to get swindled. You're more likely to follow bad advice because you don't know what bad advice is. So having a basic understanding. Second thing is consistency and repetition. So the longer you are in something, the easier it becomes. The more practice we have, the easier it becomes. In addition, with repetition of items, we can see what we need to change or what we're doing wrong. If we don't have repetition, if we do a push-up, for instance, one day and we're watching form videos and then we go back and do it a year later, we're probably going to forget all that stuff. So if we're doing something very consistently in repetition, twice, 3 times a week, we're going to get better at it because we're just being consistent. In addition to that is longevity. The longer we are in certain fields, we are going to gain experience. And this is where experience actually does matter. When we have a very long track record in something, we just gain experience through knowledge, through I want to say osmosis, but just from being around other people that are in certain fields or certain things, we suck up the knowledge and it becomes with us. So if we have a long track record in something, it's going to help us be more successful. And I've found that in several aspects. There is a way to get around this, where people would say, well, I want to be successful now, and there's a lot of people that are successful now. The one way to get around this, or ways to get around this, is seeking expert advice. I'll link back to another video. That's via coaching, that's via just knowledge transfer, and that's a way to speed up so you don't have to have longevity in something. Another aspect, or we'll say the fourth aspect, is tracking. I found that the most successful people in different fields track whatever it is they're trying to achieve. Whether you're trying to achieve some sort of financial goal, I'll link my net worth video. If you're trying to track fitness goals, to track your gains, you're using some sort of worksheet so you can see yourself progressing, and it's very beneficial to see progression than just be like, oh, I think I'm getting better, but having very written down set of tracking. With school, you're to achieve a degree, you're tracking your credits to get a diploma. We are much more likely to achieve whatever we are trying to get to if we are tracking it. If we're not tracking it, it's very likely to get off track and not see that progression, see that we're gaining, to give us that fuel for our fire. One thing that I found makes things easier is if we have a passion in them. In relation to me, it's real estate. I find that you can be successful at certain aspects of life, but it makes it much easier if you have some sort of passion or desire for whatever it is you are doing. If you're just doing something for something else, i.e. doing something for money, it's going to be very, very hard to be successful at it, because whatever you're trying to do, whether it's a current job, if you're just seeking the money portion, and you have zero passion or zero desire, it's going to be hard to hit all those other building blocks, the longevity and the consistency, because you just don't want to do it. So if you find something that you are passionate about, I'll link to my Finding Your Passion video. It's just going to be much easier. Things are going to come easier. They're going to come natural, and you're not going to have to work so stinking hard. Life is hard enough for all of us. The last one I wanted to hit upon, the last building block, was accountability and mindset. And if we're just kind of bringing it all full circle, success and excelling at life, it's not given, it's earned through making the right choices. So there are some people that get really lucky, that maybe win the lottery, or they're just really good at something. But if they're not going to use those building blocks, they're not gonna do well. They're not going to hit the level of success, or they're not going to, Tom Brady is not going to be the GOAT quarterback if he didn't practice, he didn't hit all those building blocks. But accountability and mindset, what we want to avoid here is we want to avoid a victim mentality. I see a lot of people fall into this. I had bad parents, they didn't love me, I was abused, it's just not fair, my superiors don't like me. We fall into this victim mindset, and that is never going to be helpful, because we're basically throwing in the towel because of some other third-party factor that we don't have control over. We don't have control over what other people do to us. We only have control over what we do to ourselves. So putting that accountability on, you are the captain of your own ship. No one else is the captain of your ship. And having that mindset that you will direct that ship wherever it goes, and if that ship fails, it's on you. If it succeeds, on you. It's not on, bad parenting, you having bad parents, or abusive relationship. And that's nothing to scoff at. But having that accountability for other aspects and excelling at life, we don't want to make ourselves the victim and give ourselves that excuse not to do well in other areas of our life. Again, I'll put a bunch of resources here, but those are the building blocks that I have found that help me to be successful. If there's something that I missed, or another building block that you think is very important, definitely share, definitely comment. Again, we're here to learn and grow together. Or if there's something you disagree with, definitely throw it in the comments box. And if that was beneficial, if this video was beneficial for you, please like, share, subscribe, so we can help everyone. Thanks, guys. Love you, and I'll see you in the next video.